inside my heart. I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for. Deep inside my heart, I've got this everlasting light. It's shining like the sun. It radiates on everyone. And the more that I give, the more I've got to give. It's the way that I live. It's what I'm living for.
Aloha.
Aloha, everyone.
Where's my
Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai.
Oh, I wasn't meaning you needed to stop.
Oh,
talking.
I know. Well, you know, it's kind of like a Pavlov thing. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. So I'm Reverend Rita. This is Reverend Patrick, in case you don't know us. And Michelle's not here today, so we'll be just kind of telling you what's going on today in the center this week. But before we do that, we want to acknowledge two beautiful people.
They didn't know it. I can tell by the face. Like, please don't do it. Don't do it. But we had the honor of marrying this beautiful couple last week, Jennifer and Greg. You want to stand up? Stand up and let us congratulate them. And that's their first time here.
It's their first time here, too. But we're going to give them these because they'll know what they mean.
Amorosa will love this.
Amorosa will love it.
You got your heart glasses, from our heart to yours.
I know. Now you have your very own pair. Thanks to Amorosa.
So
where is Amorosa? Is Amorosa here?
She's right over here.
Yeah, there she is.
She's got her green ones. So
113 pair coming to me in the mail.
wow.
Okay.
We're serious about our glasses.
We're serious,
here.
right? We want to
right.
see with love. Okay, so a few things that are going on. One thing that I'm very excited about is that on Wednesday night at 6:30, I am having this amazing opportunity to share an amazing healer with you. His name is Phineas Quimby. How do you like that name? Phineas Parkhurst Quimby. And it's an exciting story that I want to share with you about his life and about the 13,000 people or more probably that he healed during the 1800s through a method. He's considered the father of New Thought, and majorly because he brought the concept and proved it is done unto you as you believe at that time period. That was his whole premise of his healing ministry. So he wasn't a priest or anything like that. He wasn't a reverend. He wasn't anything. He was just actually, they called him Dr. Quimby, and he never graduated from that. He was actually a inventor. But anyway, I'll tell you all about it on Wednesday if you come in and join me. Yes.
And it's at
6:30.
6:30 to 8. We put a little half hour on it because when we did Ernest Holmes, we needed that extra half we found. And then we have the Spiritual Living Circle this week with Rebecca Duruz. Is Rebecca here? That's out in Kalaheo. All the information is on the information desk. And
then we have a annual Christmas caroling party, our 5th annual, and where you come to our house and we carol the neighborhood. It's a lot of fun, and we've done it every year, and we've really lightened the world.
So you sign up, and then you get the address.
Yeah. So sign up in the back or email us if you want to come.
That's how it works here at CSL Kauai.
And anybody's welcome, and children are more than welcome to come.
Please.
It's a lot of fun.
And that's on the 19th. And Spiritual Cinema Night on the 22nd is Miracle on 34th Street, which is, we try to do a Christmas movie every year. Last year we did Holiday. This one we're bringing back to that since it's all about belief. And so that will be on the 22nd. So we have a lot going on this month. Also, just sneak into your schedule on the 24th. It's a Sunday. It's Christmas Eve. We usually have a Christmas Eve service at night. We will not do that because we will be here on Christmas Eve day celebrating Christmas.
And we'll have a special family Ohana potluck that day, okay?
Absolutely.
Just keep it in mind.
Something different, because I know we don't do many potlucks here on the island. So,
no, somebody did yesterday. We had one with the women, which was amazing. We had like 35 women here. Thank you, Deb, Valentina.
Let's give it up for the people.
Yeah. And somebody said, this is the 5th potluck I've been to this week. Well, hey, welcome to Kauai. That's what we do here.
Poor you, the 5th one, I'm telling you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit.
Okay, so let's take a moment to take a breath and center ourselves out of the busyness and into the moment, knowing that peace is right where we are, nowhere else. Right here it starts. It's the only place it can start. And as we center on that peace within, it radiates out from us into our world. So let's take a moment of silence for peace. And so it is. So yeah.
I just add a little special awareness for our brothers and sisters in California right now, that we know so many of them, and their messages are coming in that people are safe and sound. But once again, just let's raise our vibration of love and just sprinkle that all through California. So just keep that in your idea of peace today. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Mahalo.
So every week we just give a moment to what the Science of Mind teaching is. And I usually say something in my own words, but I wanted to read something from Ernest Holmes. If you don't know who he is, his picture's in the back there. He's the founder of the Science of Mind and Spirit, and basically not a revelator, but somebody that just brought a bunch of teachings from all over the world, from different religions, from different philosophies, brought them all together into one thing. But anyway, this is what he wrote. He wrote, "I believe in a religion of happiness and joy. There is too much depression and sorrow in the world. These things were never meant to be and have no real place in the world of reality. Religion should be like the morning sun sending forth its rays of light. It should be like the falling dew covering the land with fragrance and sweetness, like the cool of evening and the repose of night. It should be a spontaneous song of joy and not a funeral dirge. From the fullness of a joyous heart, the mouth should speak. I believe in the brotherhood and sisterhood of humanity, the parenthood of God, and the unity binding all together in one perfect whole. I believe the Spirit is in the wind and the waves and manifests its presence throughout all nature, but most completely through our own minds and in our hearts. It proclaims our livingness and its lovingness." So just in simple terms, we are the divine, and we are expressing that in every single solitary moment. So we never have to fear. That's what we are, and that's what we're doing. And that's the simplicity of the Science of Mind and Spirit.
Absolutely. And we were just saying the other day, it's funny how, it is a quote from Ernest Holmes, how we make this simplicity a riddle, and we keep living the riddle and not the simplicity of what really life has to offer us. And so we're here an opportunity to think differently, right? So who is here for the very first time? Yes, I know you are, and you too. And over here, aloha. Okay, well, the reason I had you raise your hand is so that everybody could see who you were, first of all. And then we have some information about you that I would like to share that was given to us. I know, look a little, yeah, see, right? Yeah, Carla,
So, but we have some information about all of you. Shall we share it with them? Because you guys got all your information, right? Okay, ready? You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
And you look so relieved.
You are
She's
magnificent.
Like, the minute I said it, she looks over and I'm like,
why did you make me come here?
But you are magnificent, and I'll tell you how we found all of that out. Because we found that through ourselves, that we're magnificent. That's how we recognized it in you. Shall we all say it together?
I am magnificent.
And if you'll look, a lot of movement so early, I know, but if you'll look in the back, there's Rob back there with this camera that's like staring down at us. There's a whole bunch of people on the mainland and people that didn't want to get up and just they're in their jammies right now, and they're watching this. It's called live streaming. So we need to wave at them and let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Woohoo! Now look to your left, to your right. Let somebody know, just person to person. You are magnificent.
And you are magnificent, Your Majesty.
You're magnificent.
You are magnificent. Mwah. Yeah.
All right, why don't we all stand up and share that magnificent in our opening song?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. No more living in fear, I'm gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, I'm gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Are we shining? Yes, say yes, I am shining. Yes, we are the shining lights of spirit, the shining lights of that power, that infinite source that is moving and living and breathing through everything. That's what I know. And I know that light that each of us is shining brightly, individually and collectively, and that we are lifting this planet with that light in every single solitary moment, beginning now to the next, to the next, to the next. And I know that this service unfolds perfectly in that light, in that love, in that magnificence. And I just hand it over. I hand it over to Spirit, moving through me and moving through each and every one of us, hearing exactly what we need to hear, saying exactly what we need to say, living exactly as we need to live as individuals, in the good, in the God, in the power, in the light, in the source. That's what I know. I claim it, I declare it, I announce it, and I accept it. I accept it as done as I move my word into law, knowing that law says yes to me. And so I know it's complete as we affirm together, and so it is. Shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. It's on.
Let it shine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Starrett. A lot of people call me Star. And I'm a practitioner in training. And so this is my first time up, so bear with me. So I invite you to, during this meditation, to just relax and sit in your chair and notice that the chair underneath you is supporting you, much like life supports you all the time. And I'm going to leave you with this seed thought. We're going to go into a meditation for a few minutes. And it's from one of my first New Thought teachers, Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. And what I now know is there is only one mind, and that mind is God's mind. And that mind is my mind now. And that mind has landed in the very own island of my own heart. And the merging of heart and mind that is happening around the world is happening right here, right now, in each and every one of us. And I invite you to just sit with that and enjoy it and allow it and accept it. The magnificence of who and what I am is in each and every one of us. And so knowing that with deep gratitude, I release my word into the law of being, that very law that I have faith in, that all is well, all is present, and all is for my own and very best good. As together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Stephanie. Please turn to your program. It's a beautiful song in there for us to sing together.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I'll open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you, Maria Christina. I failed to introduce her before. Maria Christina, thank you. And Stephanie, thank you. You know, it's just, I remember the first time I had to get up and give a treatment, and my teacher made me write it out. Then he checked it twice and said it was okay, and then I could get up, but I had to read it. But things are different now, right? Because we keep expanding and we keep growing and we keep learning in a different way, and we are open to change, and you did a beautiful job. So thank you. Yay. I know. Right, because you know why? Because you let Spirit flow through you, and that's what we teach here, is to let Spirit flow through us, and then everything is possible. And that's what this month is about, right? Anything is possible if we believe. It seems so simple. In reality, it really is simple. It's so simple. So I looked up, today we're talking about miracles. Do we believe in miracles, right? Do we still believe in miracles in spite of everything? Do we still believe in miracles? Judah says yes. And we know we're embarking on the beginning of Hanukkah soon, too, which was a big miracle, right? I'm going to talk about that a little later. But I looked up the word miracle, and it is a surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be a work of divine agency. I'm going to read it one more time. A surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws and therefore is considered to be a work of divine agency. How does that land with you? Right. Okay. Well, what it said to me was that to me, everything would have to be a miracle then. I mean, because really, I mean, if you really look at it, how would we ever explain any of it? We could try to explain it, but we really can't explain how I'm standing here talking to you and you can see me. How we're all together here, how none of us really, I'm not none of us, but how I didn't know any of you 5 years ago, and some of you I didn't know yesterday, and yet we found our way here to be here together. I mean, to me, it's a miracle, right? The fact that I was born is a miracle. It's a miracle. The fact that I can digest food and get rid of what I don't need and keep what I need is a miracle. I mean, if we could look at life as a miracle all the time, I call them normicals. And I don't even know if I coined that term or not, but it makes sense to me because miracles should be the normal way because they are. There is nothing really that we can explain. So when you go out into your world, look and say, can I really explain that? Yeah, somebody put a seed in the ground and a tree grew, but do I really know how that happened? Even if I could explain it, could I really explain it? Everything is a miracle. And that's what I'm living with this week. And I think that, like, science didn't create things. These laws were already there. These things that they're trying to explain were already there. They just discovered them. And that's what we're doing every day, is discovering who and what we are and what we're capable of. But the first thing we have to do is remember who we are. And then the miracles, normicals, unfold. So it seems simple, but I'm going to tell you it really is simple. There is nothing complicated about this. And there's something called deductive reasoning. It's a real big, I don't know what you define it as, but in this teaching we define deductive reasoning as acting from an already established premise, from the whole to the part, instead of trying to piece things together and come up with what the whole is. We already know there's a whole, and that whole is complete, and that's the premise we're working from, and then everything unfolds from that. So we always say, oh, well, God thinks deductively. That's what we teach in this science. Okay, God thinks deductively, because God doesn't think, and I'm not talking about a man on a cloud, because we don't believe in that for those of you that are new here. That God, that presence is within us, that divine intelligence, that divine love is who we are. And so it thinks deductively. When it's thinking purely, it thinks from already established presence that things are already so. And then it goes out to see it. So if we could really think from that, if we could pick something in our lives that we want to change and realize that it has to change in our minds first before it's going to change anywhere, and if we can think from that already established premise of whatever it is and then go out and look for it, we would see it. So one of the issues is that we've relegated miracles and things like this to back in the old days. You know, the churches are really good at that happened for Moses, that happened for, Jesus, but it doesn't happen anymore. And so we've kind of just said, oh, it's something that just happened then, and, we can't really do that. I'm not saying anybody in this room. I'm just saying in generalities that people that do things that are miraculous, like Patrick talked about last week, Anita Marjani was considered, her friends and people were telling her she was delusional. So back in Phineas Quimby's days, there were a bunch of people back then that were doing the same thing. There was like a resurgence of Jesus's teachings, and that people were healing, and they were creating healing ministries. Emma Curtis Hopkins, Phineas Quimby, all these people, they were moving away from that idea that it only happened then, that it happened, and it began to happen for them because they saw it as happening. They acted from an already established premise that healing was possible, and that they wanted to get to the idea of how that could happen by just practicing it. And they practiced from that it was possible, not that it wasn't possible or that it was relegated back to the old days. So, yeah. So, but they were considered quacks too. You know, tarred, feathered quacks, write them up in the paper, make fun of them. I mean, I'm sure that, I don't think we have that, you know, burn them at the stake, all that kind of stuff, right? But we don't have that anymore. And we don't have to live in that place anymore. We're free to think and be and do whatever we want to do. And if we can act from these already established premises that we want for our lives and actually act from that place, not just say we believe them, but actually act from that place, we will see our lives unfold in the way that we want them to unfold. We're going to be looking for a new home, right, in June. People have come up to me and said, oh, that's really difficult to get a home on Kauai. No, it's not. I don't live from that premise. I live that it is easy to find a perfect home. And I see lots of people finding perfect homes here. And I found a perfect home, Patrick and I, ever since we first landed on this island. So why should it be any different now? But I really, truly believe it. And then I walk out and act that way. I just had I don't know if I told you that I was going to be running back my normal way. Did I tell you that? That I had walked since I've been on Kauai pretty much, and I've been a runner my whole life. And I said, you know what? By the end of December, I'm going to be running my full time again. I'm just going to be doing it. And then I had one setback where I didn't allow myself to be set back. Because usually when I set a premise like that, what I've been doing since I've been here is I've been saying, oh, I'm going to run, and then I get sick or something happens, and then I go, all right. This time it happened again. I think I got sick or something. I said, no, I'm perfect health. I'm running. I'm perfect health. I'm running. So yeah, this week I reached my goal. Before the end of December, I ran the whole Kaua'i path from the lifeguard stand up to the end and back without stopping. So that was not a big deal for me back in the old days because I told myself I could do it. I ran a marathon, and for some reason I started to get a new belief that I couldn't do it. And then I switched it because we can switch our beliefs anytime. We talked about that last week. So I want to talk a little bit about this quote because it really says what I want to say next. The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your every desire. This is huge because we're like, Stephanie just looked at, woo! I'm hearing myself talk back to myself. Okay. That's great. It's a miracle. I love that. I must need to hear what I have to say. Okay. Sometimes I go back and read my blogs just so I can remember that I did say that. Okay. Anyway, okay. So this law thing, everybody's like maybe confused about this law thing, but you know, all it is it's not a mysterious thing. It's what we're given. It's what we're born with, because so we can bring those things that we desire into our lives. We're given the law of our being that answers what we speak to it. What we not just speak with words, but speak with conviction and belief. And it brings those things to us. And I know this is the truth because I've seen it happen in my life over and over, both negative and positive. So the thing about the law, though, is we have to have faith because we think we're doing it. Like Stephanie said when I looked at her and said, good job, or whatever I said to her, she said it was spirit. We think we're doing it, meaning we're doing it in that we have to make it happen. We have to manipulate everything so that it will happen. But that is what stops us. That is what's creating the doubt. That's what's creating it not happening. Is because we think we're the ones that are making it happen. So our fourth step in spiritual mind treatment is letting go. Or it's our last step is letting go. Letting it go to the law of our being that will bring everything to us that we've declared and said is so. Because our word is powerful. Do you believe your word is powerful? You've seen it work both ways, right? Right? We all have, right? And the good news is it doesn't matter because we can switch it in a moment. Somebody said, you know, is there karma in the science of mind and spirit? Yeah, there's karma. We call it the law of cause and effect. So yes, we do pay the price of the things that we put into law. But the good news is we can switch those things in any moment by switching how we think about life. So if something's not happening in your life that you want to have happen, what I would say that is more than likely is you think you're doing it, and you're not looking from the already established premise. Instead, you're looking from what isn't happening. So if I was to give you any tool this week, it would be, say, you declare something that you want in your life, right? That you start going out and looking for it. Even in the smallest, maybe insignificant ways, it's showing up, and it's showing up to you according to your belief. Ernest Holmes said, I was just reading it before I walked in here, in a book that he wrote, well, it was based on some lectures. When he first started out, he sat in his office waiting for people to come to him. And because he had this great thing, and nobody was coming. And he sat there for 6 months, he said, and nobody was coming. And then he finally realized that he didn't believe in it enough for them not to believe in the principle. He didn't believe that they would come. So he said, I need to go out and get a job. So he went out and got a job, and then he kept teaching, he kept learning and growing and all of that stuff, and expanding his mind in philosophy and all the spiritual things. And then suddenly somebody looked at a book on his desk and said, what's that? And he told them. And then they said, oh, well, why don't you come to my house and start talking? I can invite some people over. That looks really interesting, after he had read the book. And so he did. And then pretty soon, the rest is history. He was talking to 2,500 people. But the problem at the beginning was he didn't believe it. And he had to work on that belief. So he was demonstrating right from where he was. But if we don't see that we're demonstrating, if we continue to look at what's wrong instead of what's right, we'll never see the miracle. So my suggestion is, even the littlest, tiniest thing, my friend used to call it signs of land. If there's something in your life you want to change, just realize it has to happen through you. So it's this tiniest little thing you see. Say yes to it and say, oh my God, that was it. That's what I'm praying for. And because what's going to happen is, as you say yes to it, and as you give way to it and be grateful for it, then the next thing's going to happen, and the next thing, and then pretty soon you're going to be living whatever that is that you want to live, because you're going to be ready for it. A lot of the times we're just not ready for the things that we want to demonstrate. We're just not ready. It says if we could get everything we want, we might just, we might not know what to do with it. What happens is sometimes with people that win the lotto, they get it, and then all of a sudden it's gone, right? Because they weren't really ready for it. So that can happen too. It's like that picture. I mean, I don't believe that we're ready for that picture right now, or it would be here. Because I've been working on this idea of critical mass, and I'm going to talk about it more, that you have to reach a momentum to be able, that's the thing in your own life, you have to be able to reach a momentum that allows the thing to happen. You have to create that momentum, and you can't create it from the opposite, or from the negativity, or from bemoaning your circumstances. I'm going to say one more thing, because it was so inspiring to me. One of our first teacher, Marlene Morris, who married us, who was from I think she lives in Cambria, but I'm not sure. It's in Ventura County. Her and her partner, their house was destroyed in the fire. Now, I know, right? I never saw anything like these two. They were posting on Facebook. They were like, okay, we got into this hotel with our 2 dogs and our 5 cats. They took us. I can't wait to get a hammer back in my hand and put that house back together. And then, the insurance company came through right away, and they're going to do this, and they're going to put us up at this place. And I was like, because that's the way they live. They live from that already established premise that everything's going to work out. But you can't do it. It's hard to do it when you're in the middle of it, right? When it's happened and you haven't been building, you're not prayed up. They were prayed up, obviously. But it's not too late, because even when you're not prayed up, you can take it and change the causation by looking for the little things from right where you are. And I know there's people in this very audience right now that have done that. I'm I'm not going to look at them. But I know who they are, and I know that you know who they are, and I know they know who they are. And they started from where they were, and they kept working at it and kept growing and kept expanding. We can't start anywhere but from where we are, and that's a good thing. And when we're ready, we'll move to the next, and we'll see the miracles everywhere. So that's my message today, and I am so grateful. And so it is.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to make it through any fear. For spirit, pure spirit, is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to make it through any fear. For spirit, pure spirit, is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to make it through any fear. For spirit, pure spirit, is in this very room.
Mahalo. Wow. Belief, belief, belief. I love December because it always makes me think of belief. And last week, I gave an assignment, and I left you with this question. And if you weren't here, you can take it home with you today. Whose beliefs are running the show called you? And are they yours or someone else's? Or maybe a little of both. And that's what and I found a quote that I could have used last week, but I didn't find it till this week. So nothing gets past me. This is by Walt Whitman, and I just love it. Re-examine all that you have been told. Dismiss whatever insults your soul. And your very flesh shall be a great poem. Must be read again. Re-examine all that you have been told. Dismiss whatever insults your soul. And your very flesh shall be a great poem. I could stop there. But you know I won't. You know I won't. Wow. To be poetry in action. What a miracle that is. Do you believe in miracles? Yeah. But like Rita was saying, that sometimes it takes practice, and sometimes we see our world in which we live, and we're thinking that maybe there isn't, but there definitely is. C.S. Lewis says, if we think that miracles are normal, we will expect them. And expecting a miracle is the surest way to get them. Yeah. Well, I just want to be honest with you about a couple things. Last night, I did something that I wanted to share with you. I wrote a letter to Santa last night. And I've done that before, but I got on a real Santa thing. Now, even if you never celebrate it for whatever reason, Santa, think of it more as like Santa's spirit. But I really thought of Santa as Santa because I want to know how it all happened that someone, people, told me to believe in this thing called Santa, and then took it away from me. How does that work? So now that you're like totally depressed, we can really, but I saw this. Now this is the great, do you believe in Santa, even if you were, yeah, one person. Okay, you believe in Santa, but here's the deal. If you don't, I would rethink it. I would rethink the whole Santa thing. Because this is what I love. I read this the other day. When you stop believing in Santa, you get underwear under the tree. When you stop believing in Santa, you get underwear and, in my case, socks. And you're all laughing because you know the awful truth of that. And here's the question, because I'm fired up about Santa today. Here's the question I have. How did the necessity to give me socks growing up and underwear as a part of just parenting all of a sudden become this necessity after I stopped believing in Santa? It was never under the tree. They were always toys and fun things and things that made me really happy. My 007, kit that I got, that you could like put the thing up over a wall and then see what was going on in the next room. That was fun stuff. The moment I let it out to my parents, I know there's no Santa. Underwear and socks. Those were supposed to be provided just straight out of the door, right? So here's the deal. Santa did not leave me. I left Santa. And last night I wrote an apology letter to Santa to say, I am so sorry that I stopped believing in you. I know you're still here. And that's the message for this holiday. How powerful the spirit of Santa is. And I was speaking with somebody the other day, and she said, yeah, I make sure that my kids and my grandkids, they're, my grandkids now, I don't do the tree, I don't do the thing, I don't do the hand. And I called her out in the middle of Costco. I said, explain. She said, well, do you think I'm like a Scrooge? I said, no, we're not even talking Scrooge, we're talking Santa. And she said, I just don't believe in it anymore, I just do it for the kids. And I said, well, I would suggest that you start believing in Santa, or you're going to be having some underwear under your tree this week. I've had a theme all month, just so you'll know. Remember? Pee pad, my cat, and now I've got underwear going. Okay, but I digress. But I really hooked into the whole idea of the presence, the essence of what Santa really means. Santa is a miracle. It's a belief. And when I was writing that list, I know that as a kid I was writing the things I wanted and all this, that, this. But I was writing a whole bunch of things this time because Santa is bigger than I thought he was as a kid. I thought he only delivered the stuff from the stores. But there's more than that. I asked him to help my neighbors stop fighting. I asked him, can you do me a favor? Because they're not believing in something. Help them. Help me to continue to believe. Help me to be able to wake up and know that Santa is real. Because I'm real. If you can make him up and take him away, there's something to be said about it. And so I forgave everything last night, and my letter was so important. I wrote and I told him, do you remember me? And it's been a while. It was kind of like when I was a Catholic and I'd go to confession. It's been a while. And I got this, and I just meditated, and I just went in there. And however he wants to look for you, that's what it's all about. Santa is what we create through our mind, through our belief, through everything, through our mind. Santa can be a shirtless surfer, if that's what you want. I read your mind. So I don't know where the whole idea, all I know is that when I was told, I remember the time I was told, I could hear my parents going, I think he's asleep now, so let's go in the closet. Well, that could mean many things in this day and age. But they said, let's go in the closet and get it. And I remember that little boy, and it's not bad, it's just that little boy going, I don't hear that, I don't hear that. Have you ever done that with belief? Right? Oh, I didn't just hear that. What are they going in the closet for? Let's get his gifts. I think he's asleep. And I couldn't sleep. So I was like, can you imagine? You're a 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to get to sleep because I know Santa won't come unless I'm out of it. And then I got my parents saying, is he out of it? So then go get the parents. I was like, whoa. But what I learned from that moment is that I chose to believe. And it was several years after that before I let it out. So whether or not you believe in Santa or not, and I was thinking this, what a metaphor for life. I don't want the crumbs. I'll take the underwear, but things are a little different now that I live in Kauai. I just want to see how it trickles through the audience. There we go. But here we go. Wow. How slowly they go. But here's the deal about that. Think big. Santa's big. Spirit is big. No going to the lowest denominator with spirit. It's working through us as is, creating the cosmos. You take yourself all the way back. You go back past the Big Bang and all the way to the beginning, and that divine idea had your name on it. Said, I got an idea. Patrick. Wow. Now that's some Santa going on there. North Pole, doesn't matter where belief lives. Doesn't matter. It lives right here. That's who I wrote that letter to last night. But just in case you do want to write a letter to him, I do have the address. It's Santa Claus, North Pole, Heart Center, Universal Kingdom. That's where I was going to send mine. And I'm going to end with just a couple of whole a day tips. W-H-O-L-E, whole a day. And I called them, what happens if you get the blues? And then Rita said, well, should we really say blues? And yes, we should, actually. Some people get the blues around this time of year, so I'm going to read off a few of my tips to take with you. And I would suggest writing that letter to Santa, because you want something big under that tree this year. So this was my first one. Feel the feelings, and I actually made a whole bunch of them, put them out on the information table, along with Stephanie's little quote is out there as well. Feel the feelings, and I mean all of them. What a gift to be able to feel. These feelings are coming up to be known and are reaching for healing. Feel them all. Whatever they are, feel them all. Number 2, love yourself through the feelings. Nothing wrong with having a little blues. Think of the music that was created from it. there would have been no blues without having the blues. Even if it is only for 1 minute, I'm asking 1 minute of your life to sit down, be quiet, and love yourself. Give yourself a hug and say, whoa, wait till Christmas, man. Santa's doing it big this time, thanks to Reverend Patrick. Love ends the separation from source and allows the wholeness. That's the only thing that's going on when I'm feeling blue, is I feel separate. I feel alone, separate from source. Number 3, reach out for help if you need it. If your light feels dim, there are people out there to assist you. Don't do this alone. 4, always, and this doesn't even have to be at the holidays, this is year-round. Forgive. Whatever needs forgiving, forgive. Just forgive yourself and give yourself that gift of forgiveness this holiday season. 5, you'll love this one. Dump the holiday expectations. This is your life. This is your holiday. And that's what I'm saying, dump it. Number 6, if there is any self-punishment going on, making you feel that you don't deserve to be happy during the holidays, for whatever reason, dump that idea too. 7, make your holiday tradition. Make your own holiday tradition. There's some of them are beautiful. We carry them through, but some of them are over. You don't even like doing them anymore, right? Start some new ones. Make yourself happy. And 8, you'll love this one. Eat chocolate, man. That should have been number 1. But let me tell you, eat chocolate with zest and vigor and dump the guilt. That's with any kind of food. If you're going to sit there and go, I really shouldn't, I really shouldn't, I really shouldn't. Woo! And so it is. There is no digestion. If you're going to eat a piece of cake, eat it with some style, man. Grab that chocolate and just eat it and every moment dance up and down. Got a little excited about that chocolate stuff. And number 9, remember, you are a miracle. Here is a holiday mantra. I am the miracle I have been searching for. Say that with me. I am the miracle I have been searching for. And number 10, look for all the gratitude you can find, anywhere and everywhere. And you just watch. You just watch the magic of the season rise up within you. So I'll leave you with this. The universe has something really big to give you today, not tomorrow, not at Christmas, and even though there will be big. And just remember, you are more than just a pair of underwear under a tree. You are the divine. You are the divine, and let it shine. Happy holidays.
Lali lali, jaganmataku lali. Akilanda koti, pramandana akilalatammaku lali. Lali lali, jaganmataku lali. Jananiki lali, jaga jananiki lali. Kanti chubula tu jagamula nupi sanje vindiki lali. Lali lali, jaganmataku lali. Gauri deviki lali, swarna gauri ki lali. Karambari bimba tare mangala gauri ki lali. Lali lali, jaganmataku lali. Mahashakti ki lali, sarva shakti ki lali. Sakala chara chara shakti samanvita shiva shakti ki lali. Lali lali, jaganmataku lali. Shankari devi ki lali, Shambhavi devi ki lali. Shankara hrudaya nevasini Durga devi ki lali. Lali lali, Jagannatha Kulali, Mahalakshmi Kilali, Maharagni Kilali, Sarvajakambula Sadakumi, Lalitamma Kulali, Lali Lali, Jagannatha Kulali, Ishwari Kilali, Parameshwari Kilali, Chamundeshwari Rupini Vijayeshwari Kilali, Lali Lali, Jagannatha Kulali, Lali Lali, Jagannatha Kulali, Lali Lali, Jagannatha Kulali, Lali, Jagannatha Kulali.
Mahalo.
So it is our time. Before we do our offering, I just want to mention, I said I was going to mention it till the end of the month, and I am, that we are in the middle of our pledge drive for 2018, and it helps us. Thank you to everyone who has filled out a pledge form that cares to. And it's just saying that you're committing yourself to give that amount. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just nice to know it's coming in because it helps us to do our budget for next year. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. Thank you for that. And thank you for what you give today to help sustain the center and help it to move forward. All of it is appreciated. Every penny is appreciated, and every bit of consciousness. So mahalo, mahalo.
And our building fund for this, thank you. We start where we are, as Rita was saying. We start exactly where we are. And it's in this jar right here, and we'll build that. But the most important thing that we build is the consciousness that will be the foundation in order to support it. The money will come, but we need the support of the foundation of consciousness underneath it. That's what I know.
Yes, and that would be all of you people out there and us living our lives to the fullest and to the highest degree of the presence. All right, we have an affirmation in our program. Let's do it together. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i, my life and the world. And so it is. Will you hold it?
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. And in this moment, I just acknowledge these gifts as the givingness of God within each and every person's heart. And I bless it. And I know that all of this is that spirit, that life force in action, and it moves out into the world, into the lives of the planet, and it lifts it up. I know that it goes forth to heal and to prosper and to bless, not just others but us. Those are the givers. The givers and the receivers are one thing. So I just give great mahalo for that, and I let it be so, as we say together. And so it is. Thank you. I think we have some kids, some beautiful girls today, and a boy. Two boys. Oh, come on up. And Malia. Oh. And Janice, our youth leader. And it looks like William is coming up too. Yay. That's Malia's dad. Just keeping a lookout.
Good morning, guys. We had lots of fun today. I actually have a spokesperson to tell about what we did. And Kelly, do you want to tell what we did?
So today we made friendship bracelets. And I made one for my dog. She's in the car right now with her bracelet on. And this is my card. And what's your name again? And this is Moen's card.
So these were divine affirmations where we got connected to our spirit selves and then drew a card, and the children can tell you which ones they drew today, and we talked about what it meant. And what did yours say?
Mine is I am divine spirit. And
we pulled from Moen?
Mine is divine beauty.
Mine was divine wisdom.
Yeah, these are really cool cards.
Thank you. Beautiful. Let's do our blessing on the children. It's in your program, but you can just repeat after me. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent, and we love you. Aloha. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, kids. Yay. Woo. All right, so I'm going to ask the practitioners that are in service today to come forward. Yes?
There's
Rob is
Papa.
back there.
Papa
And Malia. And Roseanne, are you going to be able to today?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
this
Rob
is
back there?
and Rob back there. So the gift is that if you have anything that you want to experience in your life and you need more knowing about it, these ladies will be here, and Rob back there, to assist you and to do some spiritual mind treatment for you and move that thing into law so that you experience the manifestation. So please take advantage of them. All
And
right?
I hear rumor they work very closely with Santa.
Yes.
So that's just an idea, just the idea out there.
Yes. Okay, so am I forgetting anything? I don't think so.
No. Now, we also have a box back there that if you want.
Oh yeah, if you want to write your request or the thing that you want to experience, you can put it in the box, and we pray on it during the week.
It's called the Yes Box.
Yes, and don't forget on the table you'll find these and also Patrick's tips, and I think I Am Magnificent poem that was written by Rick, and I think Rick. He's not here though. The gentleman from California. Anyway, it's all back there on the table, so take advantage of it.
There you go.
All right, so that's it.
You ready?
All right,
Shall we all stand
ready?
up and
we're going to try this song again.
Take this out to the streets?
Today I choose.
Today
We're going to try it again.
Choose.
I think we're going to do it really good this time. Just follow Maria. Not me.
Today I choose to be grateful, grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be happy, so happy. Today I choose to be happy, so happy. Today I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful. Today I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful.
So what I know is today I choose to be grateful. Grateful for this very, very divine moment called now. The only moment that there ever is now. And I fill it with gratitude. And let's fill it with gratitude for all that have served this wonderful Ohana today. And that is our Malama team. Is Angela, Luis, who's double duty over there. He's also doing some drums over there. So we have Luis and Desiree right there. And let's give it up for first time, but all the time, Stephanie Starr, who absolutely gave from that place of spirit. And I know that Jonathan and Rob back there making sure the sound and making sure that Rita and I look beautiful up here. Aloha. And all I know is that Roseanne is back in the bookstore just making that just grow, grow, grow. Well, actually, she's up here as a practitioner. My gosh, there's so much to be thankful for. And so we just stay in this for Janice and the children, watching our youth grow, because as I think they said last week, they are our future. And we have, for our flowers from yesterday, Chai brought in. These are beautiful all month. And Arlena and Peter. So thank you very much for that. And I thank this beautiful Reverend Rita for being all that she is at all times. I'm so grateful for you. And Ron's back there doing something with some food, and Analia, let's give it up for them. So we just say thank you. There is so much gratitude. And last but not least, Santa. We are grateful for Santa. Can I hear it? Give it up. Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes, Santa.
Yes, Santa.
There we go. It's all about belief, my friends. It's all about belief. And I am so grateful for the opportunity for us to come here together in consciousness, in a place that we can just grow from a place of love, knowing that our consciousness is wrapped from spirit, in spirit, and as spirit. So I just say yes. Go out in the world. Let your light shine. Go out in the world and let your love shine. Go out in the world and just be all that you can be, and then more. So I just say thank you. Mahalo, mahalo. As we release it, we let it go. As together we say as one, and so it is.
Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I play where I want because it's all up to me. Today I choose to believe. Today I choose to believe every day. I choose to believe every day. I choose to believe.
Yes.